Hillary Clinton wants to put her unsolicited 2 cents in about climate change's body count. Perfect, because Hillary knows plenty about body counts but nothing about climate. Let's take a look at the Clinton body count. Number 1. James McDougal. Clinton's convicted Whitewater partner died of an apparent heart attack while in solitary confinement. He was a key witness in Ken Starr's investigation. Number 2. Mary Mahoney, a former White House intern, was murdered in July 1997 at a Starbucks coffee shop in Georgetown. The murder happened just after she was to go public with her story of sexual harassment in the White House. Number 3. Vince Foster, former White House counselor and colleague of Hillary Clinton at Little Rock's Rose Law Firm. Died of a gunshot wound to the head, ruled a suicide. Number 4. Ron Brown, Secretary of Commerce and former DNC chairman. Reported to have died by impact in a plane crash. A pathologist close to the investigation reported that there was a hole in the top of Brown's skull resembling a gunshot wound. Victor Razor II and Montgomery Razor, major players in the Clinton fundraising organization, died in a private plane crash in July 1992. Number 6. Paul Tully, Democratic National Committee political director, found dead in a hotel room in Little Rock, September 1992. Described by Clinton as a dear friend and trusted advisor. Number 7. Ed Willie, Clinton fundraiser, found dead in November 1993, deep in the woods in Virginia of a gunshot wound to the head, ruled a suicide. Ed Willie died on the same day his wife Kathleen Willie claimed Bill Clinton groped her in the Oval Office in the White House. Ed Willie was involved in several Clinton fundraising events. Number 8. Jerry Parks, head of Clinton's gubernatorial security team in Little Rock, gunned down in his car at a deserted intersection outside Little Rock. Parks' son said his father was building a dossier on Clinton. He allegedly threatened to reveal this information. After he died, the files were mysteriously removed from his house. Number 9. James Bunch, died from a gunshot suicide. It was reported that he had a black book of people which contained names of influential people who visited prostitutes in Texas and Arkansas. Number 10. James Wilson, was found dead in May 1993 from an apparent hanging suicide. He was reported to have ties to Whitewater. Kathy Ferguson, ex-wife of Arkansas trooper Danny Ferguson, was found dead in May 1994 in her living room with a gunshot to her head. It was ruled a suicide even though there were several packed suitcases as if she were going somewhere. Danny Ferguson was a co-defendant along with Bill Clinton in the Paula Jones lawsuit. Kathy Ferguson was a possible corroborating witness for Paula Jones. Bill Shelton, Arkansas state trooper and fiancé of Kathy Ferguson, was critical of the suicide ruling of his fiancée. He was found dead in June 1994 of a gunshot wound, also ruled a suicide at the gravesite of his fiancée. Gandhi Baugh, attorney for Clinton's friend Dan Lassiter, died by jumping out a window of a tall building in January 1994. His client was a convicted drug distributor. Florence Martin, accountant and subcontractor for the CIA, was related to the Barry Seal Mena Airport drug smuggling case. He died of 3 gunshot wounds. Suzanne Coleman reportedly had an affair with Clinton when he was Arkansas Attorney General. Died of a gunshot wound to the back of the head, ruled a suicide. Was pregnant at the time of her death. Paula Grober, Clinton's speech interpreter for the deaf from 1978 until her death on December 9, 1992. She died in a one-car accident. Danny Casolaro, investigative reporter, was investigating Mena Airport and Arkansas Development Finance Authority. He slit his wrists, apparently, in the middle of his investigation. Paul Wiltshire, attorney investigating corruption at Mena Airport with Casolaro and the 1980 October surprise, was found dead on a toilet June 22, 1993 in his Washington, D.C. apartment. Had delivered a report to Janet Reno 3 weeks before his death. John Parnell Walker, Whitewater investigator for Resolution Trust Corp., jumped to his death from his Arlington, Virginia apartment balcony on August 15, 1993. He was investigating the Morgan Guarantee scandal. Barbara Wise, Commerce Department staffer, worked closely with Ron Brown and John Huang. Cause of death unknown. Died November 29, 1996. Her bruised, nude body was found locked in her office at the Department of Commerce. Charles Meisner, Assistant Secretary of Commerce who gave John Huang special security clearance, died shortly thereafter in a small plane crash. Dr. Stanley Hurd, Chairman of the National Chiropractic Healthcare Advisory Committee, died with his attorney Steve Dixon in a small plane crash. Dr. Hurd, in addition to serving on Clinton's advisory council, personally treated Clinton's mother, stepfather, and brother. Barry Seal, drug-running pilot out of Mena, Arkansas, death was no accident. Johnny Lawhorn Jr., mechanic, found a check made out to Bill Clinton in the trunk of a car left at his repair shop. He was found dead after his car had hit a utility pole. Stanley Huggins investigated Madison Guarantee. His death was a purported suicide and his report was never released. There have been 12 bodyguards of the Clintons that have died. Not included in the Clinton body count is Jeffrey Epstein and Obama's chef, but probably could be added as well. Comment below if you think this is just all a coincidence or conspiracy.